Do you ever feel like the people who tend to give advice about things are also the types of people who don't need advice about that type of thing? So, like, I was looking at Chaturbate beginner tips and just found a bunch of like conventionally attractive, very thin people giving basic information. And not that that isn't great, but I was hoping to see myself a little more represented as a bit of a niche creator. A lot of that advice is geared towards just being conventionally cute, you know. As somebody who lives full time as a fat person, I don't have that luxury. I really wanted to fill a void today and help you see that you don't need to be conventionally attractive in order to make bank on Chaturbate. It's definitely something that everyone can get into, everybody can thrive in, and I wanted to help you maybe with some of those beginning hurdles. So instead of taking time to tell you how to look cute or how to do your hair, what to put on your face for makeup, or what outfits to use, or what poses to do, or what toys to use, there's so many different things you can cover. I'm actually going to talk about 5 different areas where you can actually find specific guidance that will develop your ability to create an income for yourself on Chaturbate, even as somebody who may not be conventionally attractive. Everybody truly has the ability to create an income for themselves on Chaturbate. Like, if you've heard that expression, if it exists, there's P of it. So, um, people are into a wide variety of things, a wide variety of people, and there will be, if you are authentically you, somebody out there who will appreciate you, even some people who are willing to pay you. You are a seasoned veteran in this area or you're a new beginner, I think this video should have some helpful advice for everyone. So, like I said, my name is Kimmy and I go by Blossoming Belly with 2 M's, um, because I kind of forgot how to spell. I think maybe one of the usernames was taken. I couldn't tell you. I kind of hate it now, but it's too late now. Chaturbate doesn't let you change your name, so pick a good one. Okay, so you've decided you want a cam on Chaturbate. What do? The first thing to do is to get age verified. So once you have become age verified, you actually get exactly 7 days to use the new hashtag. And the new hashtag is very popular. People who are high paying users hang out in the new hashtag and just load money onto girls and guys, but mostly girls. This is your kind of chance to broadcast yourself. They give you an opportunity to put yourself in front of a wider variety of people. You know, this is your time to create an audience. This is your time for establishing your boundaries. Nothing has to be perfect. Don't wait until you get the best camera or you get a Levance or you get, literally anything else or a mic. These things aren't what are going to make and break your loyalty. Your loyal followers are there for you. They're not there because you have 4K. And if that's the whole reason they're there, like there are high quality productions of PORN out there for free. So, like, why would they be there if not for the human connection? They're there for you. Keep that in mind. You are valuable. This is your assets that you are sharing. Don't undervalue yourself. The first thing I would start with is going to the apps. So, on the Chaturbate screen, you will navigate over to broadcast yourself. And then after becoming age verified, you will be able to see the apps. So 2 apps I would start with would be just like a basic tip menu and also a goal counter. At first, I was like, why goals? but it really does engage your viewers, helps them feel like a community when they all have a little amounts that add up to accomplishing like an action that you are going to perform for them. Or even I did one for my nipple piercings. Like, I thought it was an interesting idea to do like a long-term goal. So I did one um, that actually paid for the cost of my nipple piercings. So, like, amazing stuff. You know what I mean? A few different strategies that people use. Sometimes they'll use one token at a time and just like spam chat. That frustrates me. I hate it. But it's fine. I'll take the tip, you know? However, I keep saying however, I kind of hate it. But every single user that tips you, you want to show your appreciation. Almost a little too much. Like camming can be a little dramatic. If you look at other cams, they exist. Absolutely, they exist where girls and they like you can tell it's shit. But they got the views. The algorithm likes it. The guys like it. The tips like it. It all goes together, right? But there are people that see through that, and those are the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for actual connection too. Like I'm not here to just be like a facade and just be like someone cute or someone fat or someone hairy or someone pierced or I don't want to just be that. I want to build a connection with somebody just like they want to build that connection with me. User that tips, you want to foster that relationship with them. Cam to cam is an option. You can allow them to show their cam to you. Um, Sometimes I would do it for free if I'm just feeling, you know, in the mood. It gets me going. If you want to send like DMs to every person that you've ever, talked to every time they enter your room, that's another strategy. Some girls send messages to everyone with tokens. Some people charge for PMs. So all of this is based on what is valuable to you, what your style is. Some people are really chatty. Like I can talk for a long time about things that I care about, but when I'm just sitting there on camera, I'm relatively quiet unless somebody's like chatting to me actively or I'm like moaning. um, so for me, DMs don't work so well because it's not very interactive in like a broader communal communal sense. Um, but it works for some people really well. So pick your niche. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. A lot of people don't. So like I was saying before, purple users. So Chaturbate gives a very useful feature where you can actually see how many tokens ish, an approximation of how many tokens that user has tipped models over the past 2 weeks. So purple users have tipped over 1,000 tokens in the last 2 weeks, which is 1,000 tokens, I think is $50. So like that's our money that we receive, $50. So they're actually spending closer to like $100 depending on their currency. Um, which is a lot of money to be spending every 2 weeks on like online camming models. So if you see a purple user in your room, say hi to them. Don't make it obvious and be like, oh my god, you're purple. But I mean, I think it would be really appreciated if you sent them a DM or if you offered to come to cam with them, or if they did ask to PM you and you normally charge for it, maybe you don't charge for it because maybe they want to go private. Like they're just, I think they know it too, the purples. They walk around like they're the kings, and they kind of are. They run that site, like they're the kings and the queens if they are paying users that are creating this economy. Grays don't tip. Grays have never tipped. I don't think they even have a card set up. So like they just hang out in people's rooms and lurk. Sometimes they chat. You can turn that off if you don't want your grays to chat. I like chatting with grays because you can always convert them into paying users if they like you enough. And also, it just keeps things entertaining and lively. You know, you want to keep your room feeling inviting. You want to be engaging. You want to, again, that connection, that community, that um, social aspect that humans are falling away from actively. You know, we're grasping to try and like find little bits of connection in our lives. And, you know, if these people don't have that outlet in their lives, this can be a huge one for them. And for me, this is a huge outlet for me too. Really aware at first when I had a lot of new people in my room, how Chaturbate really works. It's a community of people. There are regulars. Um, People have been doing this for years on both sides, as viewers and as models. Opinion and in my experience, like 90 to 95% of your income will likely come from like, I don't know, 1 to 5% of your actual viewers. And 1% of those 1% are actually going to be high spenders who are willing to go private with you, which means they pay per the minute. You can set your rate for that. They might just dump money. Oh, you might want to talk to grays and like light blues who have tokens but don't like spend them really. Engage with them, absolutely build that community. But just be aware that people who are not purple or blue will likely not tip you. And so if you have a lot going on in your room, especially using that new hashtag, you might. People can be really crazy in that new hashtag. Be careful, stand your ground, hold your values. You can do this, it's only a week. You want to prioritize your attention. So if purple users are in chat and grays are annoying you, block grays. You know, like for that new hashtag, maybe it's worth doing it for that first week. I don't know. I never actually used my new hashtag. Um, when I first joined Chaturbate, I was not intending to do it as an income or anything professional. Um, I didn't even really understand what it was. I was looking for a place to do like 420 on, and it's not that place. Do not do 420 products on Chaturbate or any other types of substances other than good old nicotine. If the reason that things are slow in your chat is because you have a lot of users but no engagement, no one's tipping, no one's talking, you're just like there by yourself, chilling, I guess, you probably look bored. Remember something interesting about Chaturbate is that their thumbnails update every like 30 to 60 seconds or something. So at any point during your live stream, they will take a still image of what you're currently doing and throw it onto all those hashtags you put on. We haven't talked about hashtags yet. We will get to that. So everybody who's looking through the hashtags that you entered are going to see that one picture, your room subject, and your name. That's it. So, like, you need to make a good first impression. Users, try being more chatty. If you don't have users, try being more cute, like physically, lighting wise, all of that. Because if you're doing something that looks boring or dull or low quality, even, like, people are going to not want to click on that room. If it's right next to somebody else who's like a professional and who has great lighting, who has a pretty smile on their face, who's actively doing something maybe sexual, um, all of those things will contribute to your user count. Um, so make sure that you are always doing something as cute as possible, and make sure you're on cam as often as possible. Don't like leave it on while you're in the other room. Another piece of advice you might not like, but worked for me at first, um, was kind of like not being stingy regarding like tips at first. People want to be hanging out with you, and they don't want to seem like you don't want to be there, or if you're just there for the money. You know, everyone knows that this is SW. However, nobody wants to feel unwanted. That's just a fact. So you want to kind of seem in the mood at all times. So every once in a while, give yourself a little, something, or maybe every like you can have it in your head like at the top of every 10 minutes, you get up, you move, you do something, you move positions, you do a different pose, or you just want to seem like you want to be there. Why would they want to spend time with you if you don't want to spend time with them? Also, what worked for me is actually doing like high price acts for free, just like because I wanted to, because I was kind of in the mood anyway. So you're next to people who are actually doing the deed, like there are couples out there who are actually doing the deed. There are women out there that are cuter than you, bigger than you, smaller than you, shorter than you, taller than you, all of those things. So if you want to stand out, you can do anything you're comfortable with for free. This can actually attract a high quality user into your room in the first place so that they will start to pay. Another piece of advice I have would be to diversify your income streams. Chaturbate is a platform that is volatile like any platform. Like Instagram goes through phases, TikTok goes through phases, Chaturbate goes through phases, OnlyFans goes through phases. So I would suggest starting like a family run OnlyFans, and recording your shows. Just put it up. If you're about to go on a show, take a pic. Like it doesn't take a huge amount of effort to do something really basic on OnlyFans, and then this will also help honestly with the burnout because when you are focusing entirely and putting all of your eggs in one basket, um, if the basket breaks, you're fucked. You can also explore alternative revenue streams like on Chaturbate itself. On Chaturbate, they don't want you to talk about other types of payment platforms or other types of camming platforms like My Free Cams or Strip Chat or I don't know, whatever else there is. I don't use any of those at the moment. I haven't had a good experience with any of them except for Chaturbate. But I see a lot of people have great success on a lot of other websites too. Most of this advice will also apply to just camming in general. Engagement is going to be the same. People are the same everywhere. Um, but algorithms are different. So, you know, take it and leave it. So on Chaturbate, you get tokens. One token is worth 5 cents. You can also sell videos, pictures, and do private shows in order to, diversify your income stream and not just rely on those live sessions. You can also run a fan club, which is like a monthly reoccurring thing. Maybe not that first week, but once you get started and you kind of know where you stand about your boundaries, you feel comfortable with what your tip menu prices are. Um, You might have a few cute pictures of yourself. Create a nice bio. There's a website called Designerbate. It's like the first thing that comes up when you look up like Chaturbate custom bio or something. Um, but a lot of people use it. It's free and super customizable. Not super customizable, but for a free one, it's fine. You know, it can be really pretty if you put some work into it. So that can actually attract a crowd even when you're not online. Because then people will click on your room and see your bio, and then they will interact further with you. We are in an extremely giving industry, and if we're not careful, I mean, you've heard the expression, if you don't have a full cup, you have nothing to pour out to others. So, by recognizing like early signs of feeling exhausted or disinterested or overwhelmed, um, maybe take a step back, dial it back, or even try something new to get re inspired. Burnout is real and happens to basically every creator. So don't like take it personally if you do. If you burn out, if things get too much, if you need to take a step back, if you need to take a break, all of these things, you are the most important. None of this exists without you. I learned that firsthand when I had to take 3 weeks off. I one day woke up, I just couldn't turn the camera on. Could do it. Um, but at first, it's really hard to not overcommit because it's like you get so excited, you know? It's it's an outlet maybe that you never had. It's a fun experience, it's fresh, it's new. Then eventually it starts turning into actual work because you have to do it on days you don't want to do it too, right? Like this is if you're going to make an income out of it, you have to take it seriously and at the same time balance the fact that you want to enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, it comes across. It's obvious. You will struggle to see success if you don't want to be there. And if you end up needing to take a step back or even a complete break or hiatus, it's not wrong to let your fans miss you. You know, the loyal people who, again, subscribed for you, followed for you, they will miss you. I had people send me offline tips, very small ones. They weren't like, I wasn't making an income. However, it was the thought that they were thinking about me when I was gone. Like they missed me. That kind of engagement will not fade in a couple weeks or if you take a Friday off. Again, don't overcommit or try not to at first. Don't set schedules like everyone tells you to. Um, get everyone to just follow you. Go on the same kind of time every day if you can, or every time a week. Um, but if you can't, you can't. Like, it's not worth your mental health. It's not worth it. You are not less important than whatever's out there for money. You are most important. So take regular breaks, even during your streams. Take bio breaks, take stretch breaks, move, like I said, every 10, 15 minutes if you can. You get really stiff, just prioritize your health. Regarding niche content, you know, there really is something out there for everyone. Try to be confident about what makes you unique, um, and use it to your advantage. These are your niche assets. Um, so this is the great opportunity to use hashtags for your physical assets that people will first click on the room before they get to know you. So these are things like for me, BBW, chubby. What else do I use? Hairy, bush, cam to cam, private, daddy's a girl, hageo. I don't even know how to say that word. Moaning, chatting, gaming, all these things. Skinny, um, natural, redhead, brunette, Asian, ebony, they're all out there. All niches, all demographics. There's a hashtag for it. Don't make up your own hashtags. Push the tag list, scroll through the top ones, pick like 2 or 3 that are relatively popular and 1 to 3 that are kind of more niche so that when they click on it and you're like a new user, they're not going to be way at the bottom after the people with like thousands of views in their room. If you pick something like, what's a really niche one that I use sometimes? like Big Belly. So Big Belly doesn't usually have a huge amount. Belly does, but not Big Belly. So I'll usually have like 12 to 15 like in the same hashtag as me at the same time. So that means that when they click on Big Belly, I will be on that first screen. They don't even have to scroll probably. So if they're into big bellies, I'm your girl. Blossoming belly, that's me. Um, so find something that makes you unique. So yeah, use those hashtags to help people who are into the traits that you have. Um, People who are into those traits, they will use those hashtags and be able to find you. Chaturbate only allows 5 hashtags at a time to be used actively, and they will be the first 5 hashtags. You can list as many hashtags as you want. I think there is a character limit, maybe. Um, but you could just list as many hashtags as you want. People will be able to see them, but they won't be like clickable, um, and they won't show up under the hashtag list when you click on the hashtag. So pick your first 5, and there are even apps out there that will rotate them every few minutes so that you can kind of attract a wider variety of people. Like Big Belly, like I said, isn't a huge um, hashtag. So maybe I don't want to have it all the time. But I do want to like attract that demographic, right? So I'll shuffle it through. This will really maximize your exposure to a wider, diverse audience, and these people will really appreciate your unique qualities. No matter how you look or feel, there's something out there for everyone, and you will find those people. You will find your community. You put yourself out there, you maintain your authenticity, you build that engagement. All of these things will really help you create an income for yourself. So I hope you got something out of this video. We've covered a few different things. We've covered how to get started, how to build engagement, diversifying your income, managing burnout, how to embrace your unique, assets. So all of these will play a vital role in not just surviving on Chaturbate, but really thriving. Remember, your success in camming isn't about the numbers, it's about building connections, maintaining your health, enjoying your journey. Your authenticity and your resilience are your best assets. I really hope that this creates some conversation. Feel free to leave comments if you have any questions. I am going to be responding to comments as much as I can, and if there's any repeat comments, I will try and make a new video. I can also make a video about like Loven's toys and OBS if you would like some more specific information about any of that. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.